Hi, everyone. It's me. I'm Allie. Welcome to Voice of Her Own. And tonight is a Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. So that means it's time for a late night snack. And what late night snack is a time in which I get to talk about life and parenting and self care. It's just a nice little bite size bit to end your day on. So today I want to talk about an experience that I've had recently and a tool that can be really helpful in helping us get out of our own way. So we've been talking about doing vision boards and setting intentions for the year and doing things to create positive change in our life. And on the one hand, that seems like such an easy thing to do. Like, doesn't everyone want to improve their lives and make their lives better? Of course. But it's easier said than done, oftentimes. And what ends up stopping us is sometimes it's external forces, but oftentimes it's ourselves. It's our own headspace. It's our own belief systems that stop us. And I want to tell a story about that. So last week on Monday, I received a physical. I wanted to do my annual physical, and there were some health things that I needed to get resolved. And what I love about my doctor is that he doesn't automatically prescribe medication. He really talks a lot about health and wellness and diet and exercise as ways to heal our bodies. So I was telling him about some minor health concerns that I had, and he said, well, you're exercising, that's great, but in all honesty, your health concerns will rapidly diminish if you really clean up your diet and you try to lose weight, because my problem is I've got too much around the middle, and it's causing a little problem. It's not about vanity, it's just about health. And my response to him at the time was like, okay, this is why I chose this doctor, because I know he's going to tell me things like this. Eating in more healthy and nourishing ways is something that is important to me and that I want to make sure that I do the best job that I can. And when I left his office, I went into full binge mode. I was like angry binging. I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and eat this because I guess I can't eat that anymore. And I guess I'm just going to keep eating this. I know I'm not hungry, but I guess I can't do that anymore. And I just went into total defiant mode. And it really struck me, and I struggled with that for several days. And then I thought, you know what? Whatever this is that is so mad and so angry and so ticked off, I need to understand more about that perspective. And so what I did, I'll show you. I did some journaling. I wrote a lot. That's one page. Well, that's the back side of that page. There's a lot of curse words in this journaling. I was really angry. And the thing I was angry about is that many years ago, I did the Whole30. If any of you know the Whole30, I did the Whole30. Whole30 is fantastic. I felt amazing. And it totally messed with my head. I swung so extreme and so strict on the Whole30 that I swung back, and I just, it really messed with my head. So that's a lot about what I journaled about. And when I was journaling, I was asking that angry side of me, like, tell me everything you want to say, and I won't silence you. I won't try to stop. I won't try to stop it. I'm just let it out. And the thing I kept asking that voice in me, it sounds a little like multiple personalities, but it's not. You know what I'm talking about, right? Is that I kept asking, what is it that you need? What is it that you need? And the three main things that side of me was saying is, I'm angry. I don't like this. I'm already exercising. Isn't that enough? Like, I have, for those who know me, I have celiac. I've already eliminated gluten from my life. Isn't that enough? The second thing that it was saying is, what am I going to do in social situations when I go to a party? I'm already the difficult one at the restaurant. Like, now I'm going to be even more difficult. I'm going to do Whole30 again and be even like more extremely and difficult. I'm seeing people are missing my cursing. I might have to introduce it in this little feature here. And the third thing was, the thing that came up was, we can't do this again. So I'm going to drop the F-bomb here. Like, I don't want to be mind fucked again. We cannot mess around with that. It can't be too extreme of a change. Those were the main points in my 2-page diatribe with lots of more F-bombs in there. There was a lot of F-bombs going on. And I know when I'm cursing, I know that I'm angry. And anger is a really great emotion because it shows us that in some way a need is not being met. And so we have to redirect it. The next day, I felt better. I was like, I wasn't wrestling with myself. I wasn't like, fine, I'm just going to go and do that. I wasn't having any of that kind of stuff. And the next day, I did journaling. And it's so funny. If you don't even have to know what I'm saying here, but you can see, like, this is angry scribble. The next day, I wrote, and I'm like, oh, neat penmanship. I was so much calmer, more relaxed. So the 3 main things that I said on the second day was, positive change can be hard. It can totally kick my butt, but it's always worth it. And there are unknown surprises that lay on the other side of that positive change that I can't even imagine. The other thing is, it's time. You're ready. You've already made some steps towards improving this. You're ready for this. And you're already a pain in the butt, like at restaurants. Might as well just continue to be a pain in the butt. Like, what? You're already there. And the third thing is, I don't want to screw this voice. This side of me was like, I don't want to be mind fucked either. I don't want to screw with my head. I don't want to go extreme. It's not worth it either. I don't know the way, but we'll figure it out. This exercise was so powerful and so transformative. And the thing that I realized is this crazy, angry, cursing, negative side of me that was like, we're not doing this, was really trying to be protective. It was like trying to protect my psyche, to say, this hurt before and it wasn't good. So I'm not doing that again. I think what ends up happening is when we try to make positive change, we try to squash all the negative stuff. Every time a negative thought comes up, then we're like, oh no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. But there's something about giving like an unlimited voice to that negativity, because chances are in that negativity, there's probably a lot of positive stuff. There's a reason why it's coming up. And the thing is making change is hard. That's why everyone's probably like, New Year's resolutions? I'm sorry, I don't even remember what those were. You can put forth the vision boards, you can put forth your intentions for the year, you can put forth your goal, but you're not going to reap the benefits of that unless you do the work. And doing the work is often hard, and we often stop ourselves with those negative self-protecting thoughts. So my recommendation, if you find yourself in that position, you're trying to quit smoking, you're trying to change the way you eat, you're trying to set limits and boundaries with people, there's a part of you that wants to keep everything the same, and there's another part of you that really wants to drive yourself forward. I would offer you the tool to sit down with those two voices. I would recommend starting with the negative first, because that's ultimately the voice that is driving your behavior. It's the one making me binge eat when I've already been binge eating all day. It's the one that is stopping you and saying, oh, I shouldn't speak up. I shouldn't speak up. That's the voice that's driving your behavior. So let it be heard. And I would just write. And the reason why I say write instead of talking it out is that writing oftentimes uncovers things about our thinking that we can't consciously bring to mind in speaking. So write it out and let it flow. Don't censor it. Don't try to tamper it down. It might feel a little scary to see how many F words come out of your mouth. It might feel a little unnerving, but let it speak about whatever this positive change is that you're trying to make. And I would ask that voice in you, what do you need? What do you need? What do you have to say? And then wait a day. Give yourself some space, because it's really hard to shift from that energy to like, oh, we can do it. So wait a day, and the next day, do the writing and see what that higher self voice of yours is. And again, I feel like there were things that come out in writing that doesn't exactly come out in speaking. That's really poignant and beautiful. So that's one way to get out of your way that I would offer and recommend. If anyone has any questions, hi Michelle, hi Stacy. Oh, my cursing friends, we work together. You heard me drop a lot of F-bombs in the office. I miss cursing with you too. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts or comments, leave it down below. If you want to talk more about life and self-care and parenting, let me know. I do free 1-hour consultations with folks, and they are great conversations where we just focus on you and what's going on with you. Also, if you happen to be local, I have a workshop coming up this Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Maple Valley Library. So it's self-care for moms on the go. If you're not a mom, you can just sneak in and nobody will know the difference, because this is all about self-care when you're feeling really stressed. What can you do in the moment? What can you do in the long term? So anyway, I hope that is beneficial to you, and I hope you have a wonderful night, a full night of uninterrupted sleep. That is my wish to you now and always. Oh, Rachel. Hi, Rachel. She said, my motto when getting through our roughest patch during the divorce was just do the next right thing. Oh, beautiful. Sometimes when we are feeling so stressed and so overwhelmed and so like, oh, the only thing that we can do is that very next tiny step, even if it just seems really small. Wonderful. Ah, Stacy, Aerosmith. Ah, love it. Love you guys. Many blessings. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you next week. Next week's late night snack. I don't know what it'll be, but I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Take care. Have a good night.